Allison, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. I'm assuming you read the job description already.
Yes, I did.
So, why are
Yes.
you here? What are you looking to get out of something like this?
I don't have much hands on experience with graphic design working with a bigger company. I would love to um, gain experience and just get to know how graphic design works in like a corporate setting.
Great. Do you have a portfolio by chance?
I do not.
Okay. What kind of graphic design work have you done so far in your schooling or for fun?
Yeah. In high school, I worked on a couple social medias for clubs like the National Chinese Honor Society, as well as for girls water polo and my swim club. I mostly produced like infographics about when meets were, when events were happening, and things like that. I've also made a couple like posters for like mock-ups for clubs. Yeah.
Cool. What kind of programs did you use to design those things?
I have used Canva. I've used Adobe Photoshop as well as Illustrator.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would say I'm most familiar with Canva.
Great. Cool. What is your life like outside of school?
I love to be active. I love going hiking and surfing. Um, yeah, I spend a lot of time with friends, and I try to make it a big part of my life to spend time with other people.
Cool. Tell me about surfing. Where do you go? How'd you get into it?
I recently, so I'm a first year,
Okay.
and I just moved down here to San Diego from the Bay Area. I've never been surfing before,
Uh huh.
and a couple of my friends are pretty into it. I joined a club here on campus,
Okay.
and I've been going like once a week. It's pretty cool.
Nice. To where?
Oh, La Jolla Shores.
Okay. Sweet. You can stand up, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
What kind
just a
of
little.
board?
I've been renting like an 8-footer
Okay. Nice.
board. Yeah.
Sweet. So let's say your project was to design the brand identity for a new brand.
Hmm.
I'd love to hear how you do that. But first, if you could tell me something that you purchased in the last few months that you're really happy with.
Recently I've purchased a bass guitar.
A bass guitar.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty happy about that.
What's so
I
special about that bass guitar?
um I think it's the first instrument that I've bought for myself. I've
Okay.
usually just borrowed from my school,
Okay.
but yeah, something I like invested in and hoping to keep for a really long time.
Are you good at bass?
I'm a hobbyist. I would say I think
Hobbyist?
I'm
Okay.
decent.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So the new brand, we're
Mm-hmm.
launching a bass guitar line,
Mm-hmm.
and the bass guitars are made from recycled surfboards.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd
Awesome.
love to hear how you would go about coming up with the brand identity for this product. Or like, what all do you think is needed, and how would you go about it?
Okay. So I think I would take a look at the audience that this is being geared towards. Clearly, musicians that are like eco-friendly or something like that, and try and figure out what kind of aesthetics and like marketing I would want to use to target towards these like this certain audience. And yeah, mm, I think social media marketing could help as well. Like I feel like I see a lot of eco-friendly or like recycled things
Mm-hmm.
as of recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you think would be like the bare minimum kind of things we would need to launch
Hmm.
this product from a design standpoint? We've already got the product; it's ready to go, but we don't have like a name on it, a logo. What kind of
Hmm.
things do you think we need?
Well, definitely like a name and a logo. I think that like a color
Genius.
palette, like certain fonts that you want to attach to like this brand identity.
Okay.
Um, yeah, just a pretty solid foundational set of things that you want to draw from continuously.
Where are people gonna buy it?
Hmm. I think that this would be maybe more of an online
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing because I think opening like a smaller store here or
Yeah.
like a local shop could be a little bit hard to reach like a bigger audience.
Okay.
So like online shipping would probably be the
Okay.
way to do it.
Sweet. Tell me about the box that it ships in. How do we make that thing look really cool?
I think that in terms of like packaging, it could be, I guess, like guitar shaped. You could have some like decals on it, or like, um, I think to like really reinforce like the recycled aspect of like the surfboards, you could have it in like cardboard.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely want like the brand identity on there, like the logo, maybe some fun colors.
Okay. Tell me about the logo a little bit. How do we come up with a cool logo?
Mm-hmm. Hmm. I think it could be fun to make like a little mashup of like a surfboard, and then you have like the top of the base, like the, I'm not sure, like the fretboard. I
Yeah.
think it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Cool. Sweet. And the actual design process of like
Mm-hmm.
taking that out of your head and making an image from it, what does that look like?
For me, usually I like to just throw ideas onto like a whiteboard in Canva and just look at pictures and like figure out like kind of inspiration of what I want to do, and then figure out a couple like prototypes, and then show whoever like I'm working with and
Cool.
get some feedback, and then continue like that process.
So you could make something like this in Canva?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Do you do any hand drawing?
I do a bit. Not a ton though.
Okay. I'm not a big drawer myself. I'm
Hmm.
awful at it.
Yeah, I can sketch things, but I can't really like be original out of my brain.
Totally. Cool. Okay, so we've got the logo, we have the box. How about how are people going to know once they get it how to use it? Like how to plug it in and stuff?
Hmm. Definitely like an instruction manual, maybe. You could also include like a little blurb about who the company is and like what they stand for, like with the recycled aspect of it.
Okay.
Yeah, some instructions on like, oh, you need an amplifier, like a cord, something like that. You need to plug it in.
Cool. And this is also made in Canva.
Yeah, you could.
Pretty simple.
Hmm.
Cool. Awesome. Why graphic design? Why is this something you're interested in?
I'm pretty interested in design as a whole. I'm still trying to narrow down what I would like to do in the future, and I think that graphic design is pretty accessible.
Okay.
Like I can work on it right here on my computer, anywhere. Yeah.
Sweet. I saw you speak 3 languages:
Hmm.
Chinese, Spanish, and English, obviously.
Yeah.
How'd you pick up the other 2?
Mandarin I grew up speaking at home. I went to Chinese school for about 10 years, and I learned Spanish middle through high school, and I took AP Spanish my junior year.
What would you say your level is of both of those?
I think limited working proficiency. I can hold conversations, but my vocabulary towards like a little bit more like formal things is definitely a little stunted.
Okay. Cool. Could you tell me about what you like to eat in Mandarin?
Oh, 我喜欢吃豆腐跟汤. I said I like
你
eating
喜欢
like.
吃豆腐啊?
Oh yeah.
Not bad. How about
Yeah.
in Spanish? What are your hobbies?
Me gusta nadar y pintar.
Okay. Cool. Allison, my final question for you is why you? Why are you the best person for this role over anybody else? And it's your chance to not be humble.
Okay. I think that I'm very resourceful and responsible, and that I'm able to take a look at one thing and immediately start thinking about all the possibilities of what I need to do, like what I need, who I need, and I'm able to pull things from a lot of different sources. And I think I come from a very like variable background. I've been around like a lot of different types of people. I've had a lot of um, very varied experiences, and I think that I have a lot to draw on. And yeah, I think I have a lot to offer.
Fantastic. Allison, any questions for me before we wrap this up?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. It was awesome meeting you. I appreciate your
Yeah.
time today. And if we need you for an in-person follow-up interview, we'll send you an email, okay?
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right,
Thanks
you
for
take
taking the
care.
time out of the day to interview me.
Totally. Enjoy the waves.
Yeah, thank you.